Hi YouTube, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Cameron. So I have another truth video for you guys. I'm gonna be talking about the truth about what it's like to be an extroverted introvert or an ambivert or a social introvert. There's a lot of different names for it. I think extroverted introvert is something that a lot of people can relate to, but they just might not know that they fall into that category. They just might think that they're like full-on introverts, but not knowing that they're kind of like a little extroverted as well, kind of. But I will say there's a difference between being an extroverted introvert and an introverted extrovert. It's not the same thing. So when you're an introverted extrovert, it's like you present as someone who's an extrovert. And if you ask people, they'll maybe say, oh yeah, they're an extrovert, or yeah, they're like super outgoing, they have like a big personality. But at your core, you're like really introvert. You like being by yourself, you like your alone time. So that's more like an introverted extrovert. So I'm like the opposite of that. So before we get into this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and turn on my post notifications so you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. And without further ado, let's get into this video. And I actually talked about briefly about being a social introvert in my what it's like to be an introvert on a college campus video that I posted back in February or March of this year. So make sure you go check out that video if you haven't seen it. Really, the purpose of this video is to give some more insight, get some more background on what it's like to be an extroverted introvert for the people who don't know. If you're friends with someone who's an extroverted introvert, or if you yourself are extroverted introvert and you never know the right words or how to express it, this video is for the people like that. I feel like I'm an extroverted introvert because yeah, I'm an introvert. I am. No one's ever gonna mistake me for extrovert like ever in life. But I think at my core, like the deep part of my soul is kind of like an extrovert, just like waiting to burst out a little bit, almost. I gotta really be comfortable around you, like really comfortable around you. I lean more towards introversion than like extroversion for sure. Being an extroverted introvert is definitely something new for me. I've been an introvert my whole entire life. When I was in high school, I didn't really like to go out, pretty much wanted to stay in the house all the time. I was definitely a homebody. But now within the past like year, my extroverted side has come out a lot more. I like to go out. I like to be around people, depending on what type of people we're talking about. Like doing fun things, like doing activities. I don't want to be in the house all the time. Like, let's go somewhere, let's hang out, let's do something. I'm that person. And I was not like that just 3 years ago. I wasn't like that at all. Within the past year and a half, more of my personality has really shown itself, expressed itself, so much so that I realize that I am an extroverted introvert. What is an extroverted introvert for the people who might be confused, who don't really understand all the way what that means? I'm gonna read the definition that I found on Google about what an extroverted introvert is. An extroverted introvert, also known as an outgoing introvert or an ambivert or a social introvert. They both have qualities of both personalities of being an extrovert and an introvert. They aren't necessarily loners, but they don't necessarily enjoy spending time with large groups of people. So that's Google's definition of an extroverted introvert. Pretty much me for sure, but I will say the part where it said they don't necessarily enjoy spending time with large groups of people, that depends for me, because what do you define as a large group of people? I don't mind being in large groups of people if the people that I'm specifically hanging out with, I'm having a good time with. I don't mind that. Now, if you put me in a setting with a large group of people, I don't know anybody there, or the people that I'm conversing with, I'm not enjoying it, then yeah, like that's torture for me. If you put me in a setting where I know most of the people there, or if I have a good relationship with some of the people there, then that's where more of the extroverted side comes out. Or if you put me in a setting where I literally don't know anybody, I don't have a fun time with the people that are there, even if I do know them, then I retreat more into the introverted side. So like it depends. Like I can give both. I don't want to make it seem like I have a split personality. I'm the same Cameron no matter who I'm talking to. Like you'll get a little bit more Cameron if I like you or if I feel comfortable around you. You get a little bit more Cameron. You get a little less Cameron if I don't know you like that or if I don't enjoy talking to you. That's basically what an extroverted introvert is. Like we present as introverts, but if we really like you, if you're our friend, we feel really close to you, that's when we become more extroverted. We show our personality way more when we're around people that we really like and that we're really comfortable around. So now I'm going to talk about my introverted side. So all my introverts, the deep down core introverts, can relate to this. I'm an introvert because I am super reserved. Like I don't have a big personality. I'm not like extremely outgoing. I'm not the person that if you take me to a party, I'm going to be like dancing all around the room and dancing on tables, jumping all around. Like I'm not that girl at all. Like I can't stand parties actually. Like that's really not my setting. That's not where I thrive. That's not where you see more of my personality. That's like where I retreat and become like the most introverted side of myself that you can ever possibly see. If you put me into a party setting, like I don't work well with those. I'm really calm. That's really who I am. Like I'm not like super loud or anything like that. And I'm also an introvert in the sense that I'm really particular about my social settings. Like yeah, I like to go out. Yeah, I like to have fun and do different activities. It depends on who I'm going with. Like Janelle, if you're watching this video, if she invites me somewhere, it's like, hey, let's go here. And then like, yeah, because I like hanging out with Janelle. She's a fun person to talk to. She's a fun person to hang out with. So any situation that we do together, I know I'm gonna have a good time. So I don't mind hanging out with her. Say if I just met you, I don't know you like that. You know, some people you just really click really well right off the bat, and like your personalities just work super well together, like immediately. And so you don't mind hanging out with them, even if you just met them. Some people have to grow on you. Like sometimes you have to like get to know a person before you become comfortable around them, especially as introverts. So if you have a situation like that and it's like, oh, you don't know if you want to hang out with them because you just met them, you don't know what they're like really. Even if you do know them really well, you've known them for a long time, but maybe you guys just don't have like a whole bunch to talk about. You guys' personalities just don't work well together. If a person like that invites me out, I'm like, ugh, I don't know if we're gonna have a fun time hanging out with each other. And I'm all about having fun. If I don't think that us hanging out is going to be like a fun experience, then I'm like, I don't want to go. Whereas maybe an extrovert, they'll hang out with anybody because anywhere they go, they can make the situation fun because that's their personality. They're just naturally just super fun. But I'm not one of those people. That's my introverted side. And also definitely introvert in the sense that it takes me a while to warm up to people, kind of like how I just mentioned. I'm really a grower. Like people have to grow on me. Very rarely do I meet people and just immediately like them right off the bat. That's rare. People have to grow on me. Like there's people that I've known for years and they still haven't grown on me. And I've spent a lot of time with them. I don't gel well with every single person I meet. We really have to like spend a lot of time together. Our personalities have to be compatible and you have to be like at the very least a fun person to talk to if I'm gonna enjoy being in your company. I'm just really a private person. I meet people, the guard is kind of up. I'm not like extremely open. So that's like the introverted side. So it takes a while for a person to kind of like chip away at that wall and for me to let my guard down and to like kind of like let them in all the way. If we don't just click right away right off the bat, that pretty much never happens. I'm real particular about who I spend time with. It takes a minute to like for me to warm up to you and for me to become comfortable around you. It takes a while, like a while. I'll say the last thing that makes me an introvert is that I enjoy alone time. I can't be with people or around people 24/7. Like I need my camera time. There needs to be the times where I just in my room watching TV, not surrounded by people, talking to anybody, conversing. I need those times. Like I need that. I can't be around other people for a long period of time. Like I need to go back home at some point. Me being reserved, me being particular about social settings, taking a long time to warm up to people, and me lacking alone time, those are definitely all the things that make me an introvert for sure. So now I'm going to talk about my extroverted side. What makes me an extroverted introvert? So like I said before, I really like to go out. I used to be such a homebody, but now I'm not. Like I really like to be outside the house. Like it could be something small. It could be something like going to lunch, going to the mall, going to the movies. Like I enjoy all of that. I don't want to be in house all day, every day. Like I really like to hang out. I like to stay out for a long time, just do fun stuff. So another thing that kind of brings out my extroverted side is that I am very, very, very talkative. Depending on who I'm talking to, depending on what setting you put me in. It goes back to like, if I like you, if we have great conversation, we can like bounce ideas off of each other. Or if you're really funny, like I'm like super, super talkative. I really don't know how to shut up if I'm comfortable around you. And yeah, sometimes I can be quiet, but that's only if I'm in a setting where I don't know anybody or I'm not comfortable around the people I'm surrounded by. If you me around my friends, I probably talk the most, and that leads me to being like a really good communicator. I want to talk about everything, whatever's on your mind, whatever's on my mind. Let's talk about it. Like let's have a discussion. I really just love to talk, hence why I have a YouTube channel. I really like to laugh. I joke around and kid around a lot. Like a lot. That's like my real personality. People who don't know me that well don't know that. That contributes to me like being super talkative and wanting to just converse all the time. I really don't mind hanging out in groups of people if said group of people is fun and exciting and entertaining. You put me in a group of people who are all boring and they have nothing to say, have no thoughts and opinions, then no, I don't like that. But if you put me in a group of people and they're all fun, we're all having a good time, we're all laughing and just doing like something that's enjoyable, I love that. Like I know introverts, they don't like being in groups of people. It's like that's too much. But I like that if they're fun. I have to reiterate, because if they're fun. But if I know them too, not strangers. I don't want to be put in a group of strangers, even if they're fun, because like I don't know how to act, because I don't know you. Like, I don't know what to say. Like I have to know them on some level. If you put me in a setting where I'm surrounded by a group of people and I know them, I've interacted with them a few times, but they're really fun and they're talkative, we can have a good time together. I love stuff like that. I really love that. And it actually kind of like gives me energy, which is like the opposite of introvert, because introverts get energy from being by themselves. And yeah, I get some energy from being by myself because I do like my alone time. I get like a rush of energy when I'm around people and having fun too. Like that probably gives me more of a boost of energy than spending spending time by myself. So now I'm going to talk about how my introverted side and how my extroverted side, how they blend together, how they work together. So being an extroverted introvert, it can be really cool. It can be kind of confusing as well. It's cool because I get to explore different sides of my personality with different people. Again, not trying to make it seem like I have a split personality, because I don't. If you put me with the right group of people, a lot more of my personality comes out, as opposed to if you put me with the wrong group of people. I like that side of my personality because it's just more fun for me and for the people I'm hanging around too. It's good not to be tied down to one specific category. Like, I can switch back and forth between both sides. Like, maybe around this group of people I'm a little more introverted, but maybe around this group of people I'm a little more extroverted. So it's like, I don't always have to be just one or the other. Like, if you're too heavily into one or the other, I feel like people expect that from you. Because if you're like a true core, deep down in your soul introvert, that's what people expect from you. So they don't expect you to be like extremely fun or extremely talkative or to be making jokes or to be funny. People don't expect that for someone who's like a real deep down introvert, or someone who's a real deep down extrovert. People expect you to be the life of the party. They expect you to be talking all the time, being like the center of attention. People expect that from you. Me, people don't expect anything from me as far as like what my personality is going to give. I'm just Cameron all around, and I can go back and forth between each side. I'm not like huge personality dancing on tables, but I'm not like a stick in the mud and don't have anything to say, don't have anything to add to a conversation. And so being an extroverted introvert can be kind of confusing in the sense that most people think of an extrovert and think of someone who's like really wild and crazy and super fun and extremely exciting and like extremely outgoing. All they want to do is go to clubs and parties and do stuff like that. I'm not that, like, in the slightest. So when I say extrovert, it's not that type of extrovert. I'm like a different type of extrovert. I think that I'm a fun person. I'm just not fun in that way. Like I said before, if you put me in a party setting, I'm probably the most boring person in the room because I really do not like parties. And you want to go to dinner and you want to have a great conversation, you want to go to the movies, you want someone to talk to, someone to hang out with, someone who can make you laugh for a little bit. I'm your girl for that. I'm not the girl you want to take to a party. I'm the most boring person you could take to a party because you're not gonna have fun with me. That's not my setting. That's not my vibe at all. You put me like in the party setting, that's where my introverted extroverted side like work against each other in that way. Because like when I'm in my room by myself, I do all the things that you would probably expect like an extrovert to do at a party, but I just don't do them in front of people. And so like that's where I retreat into my introverted side. It's like you want to do it, my introverted side is like holding me back from doing it. I think I'm just really a great conversationalist. I think I can be fun to talk to. Anything that's not a party. I think I'm fun every way that's not a party. So I think moral of the story is that at my core, I am an introvert. I present as an introvert. People who know me know that Cameron is an introvert, but I think at the depths of my soul is an extrovert. She comes out sometimes if I really like you, if I'm comfortable around you, I really like talking to you and hanging out with you. She comes out a lot more if I'm hanging around those type of people. But if I'm not with those type of people, then she like retreats and she like goes into hiding. My extroverted side. I'm an extrovert and introvert. I think I have qualities of both sides for sure. Me and my mom were talking about it. My mom is an introverted extrovert. Like she's very outgoing. She has a really big personality. But at her core, in her soul, she's an introvert because she likes to be alone and she likes to be by herself. But I said I'm the opposite. And she was like, oh, so you got like a fire inside you? I was like, yeah, I have a fire inside of me. Like, and I have a lot of fire in my birth chart, but that's besides the point. But I was like, yeah, I have fire inside. It's just like it takes the right person to bring that out. It doesn't come out with everybody. Definitely not. Most people don't see the fire. Fire is in there. She just hides a lot. So that's it in my video. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know down below if you learned something from this video, if you feel like you can relate to anything that I said in this video, and let me know if you think you're like an extroverted introvert or an introverted extrovert, or if you're just like a super extrovert or like a super introvert. Which lane do you fall in? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and turn on post notifications so you know whenever I post a new video. I love you guys so much if you made it to the end of this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.